All right, what do we got today? We got a video to watch real quick. Okay. This video came out by NerosCinema 7 months ago. Okay. So it's right in line with what I've been preaching for a while. Let's see if if he has the same take. Overwatch 2 ranked play is broken. It's not just for you. Let's see.
And welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to another
What the fuck? What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? Where the fuck did my thing go? Where the fuck is it? Where the fuck? What the fuck? Okay. What the fuck just happened? Where's the fucking video I was just watching? What the fuck just happened? Are you fucking kidding me? Jesus Christ. All I did was try to fucking make the fucking video bigger, and for some goddamn reason, it like fucking disappeared. Piece of shit. Anyway, I was just trying to make it bigger. God damn it. Let me fucking adjust this shit so it's like, takes up the whole fucking screen. That's good. I like that. All right, here we go.
Welcome back to another Overwatch 2 video. Today's video is going to be focused on Overwatch 2's ranked matchmaking and why it is absolutely scuffed. I mean, the term elo hell gets thrown around a lot, but ranked Overwatch is a prime example of it actually existing. If you're somebody who's stuck in bronze or silver in this game, you basically cannot escape unless you get boosted by another player. The system...
And I ain't getting boosted, all right? Because I don't need to get boosted by a player that's as good as me.
Itself is set up in mysterious ways, like most ranked games are, so the player base isn't able to exploit it, and that makes sense, right? But the problem is, fans have figured out pretty much how the Overwatch 2 system works. It can basically be summarized into this. If you played a lot on your account, and you were not plat or higher in Overwatch 1, then you're pretty much going to be stuck in bronze and silver here in Overwatch 2. If you were plat or higher back in Overwatch 1, or if you got a brand new account, then your hidden MMR is no longer scuffed, and therefore, you are free to climb. I think there is a perception within...
Hold up. Say that again?
Back in Overwatch 1, or if you got a brand new account, then your hidden MMR is no longer scuffed, and therefore, you are free to climb.
Do you hear what he's saying? So basically, if you're platinum and below, like yours truly, you're screwed. That's it. Like you're stuck there. But you're free to climb if you're platinum and up. Blizzard, y'all doing some shit. And this is why I'm so aggravated, okay? Because I have 9,000 games played. There's no fucking reason I'm silver 5 DPS.
I think there is a perception within Overwatch that this hidden ranking system that Blizzard has created is basically the word of God to some people out there. I mean, if you're not stuck in elo hell, then it's easy to say that it didn't happen to me, therefore everyone else just sucks. I must be pretty great. But the problem is the weight of the lobbies themselves. A win when you're in bronze or silver basically means nothing, and this is why there are countless clips online of people going 5-0, 5-1, 5-2, and actually de-ranking, right? Which makes zero sense. But meanwhile, at higher ranks, dudes are out here going 5, 11, and 1 and hitting Grandmaster. How does that make any sense? It just comes down to the weight of the lobbies, basically. Your actual wins and losses at low ranks don't really see. Comes down to the weight 1 and
so 5-0 went from bronze 4 to bronze 5.
Hitting Grandmaster.
And then J3.
How does that make any sense?
5 wins, 11 losses, and 1 tie, and he's GM1. Listen, no offense to Jay, this is bullshit, okay? This is not an attack on him, all right? This is an attack on the system. This is bullshit right here.
it just comes down to the weight of the lobbies, basically. Your actual wins and losses at low ranks don't really seem to matter at all, which is why it feels nearly impossible.
Hold on.
Losses at low ranks don't really seem to matter at all, which is why it feels nearly impossible to climb in this game. I've been streaming Overwatch 2 ranked nearly daily for months now, and the amount of cards I've had where I go 5-0, 5-1, or 5-2, and I either stay the same rank or even D rank is absolutely absurd. Now, the Blizzard bootlickers are going to say that wins and losses are only part of the equation, right?
That's right. You bootlicking sons of bitches.
Individual performance is taken into account as well, even though Blizzard themselves have said that that's not actually the case. But regardless, it would make sense for your individual performance to actually matter, not just your wins and losses. So I went and recorded my latest card for damage. I figured it would be a prime example. I knew how this was going to turn out because I've seen it happen time and time again. In damage, I'm Silver 5, which is basically the bottom tier of Silver. I'm one bad game away basically from being dropped back in the Bronze. And
that's like
my
me.
First match was a blowout. It was so bad that one person on the other team quit. I went 16-0 playing Torbjorn, and I had second most damage behind only our Doomfist. It was a pretty good start to our card, I would think, right? The second match was also a blowout. I went 14 kills, 3 assists, 1 death, and in total, I was 30 kills and 1 death in my first 2 matches. 2-0, 2 wins, 2 losses, 30 kills, only 1 death. So far, we're doing pretty damn good, right? This is like GM quality stat line, right? If you're thinking about it for the higher level of the game. The third match saw us playing push, and this one was a lot closer, but in the end, we did end up winning, bringing the record for the card up to 3-0. Well, my fourth match was just stupid. We had a tank who literally did not know what his buttons did, which is something you see quite frequently when you play lower ranked matches.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I hate having one tank. Because it's over. It's over if your tank doesn't know what he's doing. Seriously. Even just a little bit. Like, you got tanks just doing the most bizarre freaking stuff I've ever seen. And this is a prime example of what so many people struggle with and why so many people quit playing this game. And then you motherfuckers who sit there like, skill issue. I want to punch you in your fucking face. All right? Because you sit there and talk about, oh, it must be a skill issue. It's not a skill issue. Because clearly you have people that play, like, really well in low ranks and are trapped there. So then what are you going to keep doing? Like, that effort is wasted. There's literally a glass ceiling just over your head that you can't go. And you're like, what the fuck? Like, what do you... I did everything you told me to do. I did everything you told me to do. I freaking, like, I stopped dying. Right? I avoided death as much as possible. I hit my shots, good accuracy. I'm getting the good kills, priority kills, focusing the mercy, whatever, you know, taking out supports, right? Peeling, whatever it is, doing everything you can. And even with the win, you go nowhere. You go nowhere. You're just trapped. You're stuck in the bottom, in the trenches. And that's it's a lot like streaming. It's a lot like streaming. You know what I'm saying? Like you like streaming or you know, like doing YouTube, right? You're just in the trenches, right? You put a lot of work into your videos or whatever the case, whatever, and no one's watching them, right? And you're just that's so demoralizing, right? How many seasons or years does a person have to do that before they finally get out? And then on the other side, you have people who are just like they blow up almost instantaneously, or they rank up almost instantaneously. Like they do their placement matches and they're like, oh, okay, GM5, very well. I'll take it. I'm just gonna sit right here. I'm gonna log on. I'm gonna play my 2 or 3 matches a day, maybe. I'm gonna have some fun. I might get 2 wins, 1 loss. That's okay. I'm never gonna D-rank. I might not move up, but I'm GM. Bragging rights for me, right? While the rest of us are playing this fucking game 6 to 8 hours a day, we can't move. We can't budge. And you might be like, well, why are you playing the game so much? Hey, I do what I want with my time. You do what you want with yours, okay? Mind your freaking business. Let's continue the video.
It's like lower ranked is basically quick play plus, where you get competitive points for gold weapons. That's kind of just what it is. We got absolutely...
Oh, I love that he just said that. That's exactly what it is. Quick play plus. People can't leave, right? So at least you have that going for you. I mean, they can. They generally don't, but occasionally. So you just have at least you have a full team. right? That's pretty much what it is. Quick Play Plus. That's what I'm gonna start calling it. Quick Play Plus. Thank you. Thank you, Nero. Thank you, Nero.
Destroyed in this match, with our tank tallying only 729 total damage for the 2 rounds that we played. How
bro, if I saw this, I straight up would I would quit. If I went through a match, this is worse than leaving. This is worse than leaving. An entire match, you didn't even break 1K in damage.
Absurd is that we didn't even have a chance in this match. But keep in mind, this one match on my card where we're basically playing 4v5 is going to play a very important role later on. My 5th match was just as stupid. After stomping the opposing team to the point where we were even spawn trapping them for a little bit, we ended the first half without letting them get to the end of the pay line, so it was looking pretty good. But the second half saw our tank disconnect, and I'm not even shitting you here, he disconnected 5 times. He would come back, play for like 2 seconds, disconnect again. It was basically 4v5 for a while until for some unknown reason, someone else on the other team ended up disconnecting, so they had to play 4v5 for a while, with occasionally it being 4v4 because both teams had one player missing for a short time. In the end, our tank got his hamster wheel lubricated enough to actually finish the match, and we won. Despite all the nonsense, I was still able to put up a decent stat line, so here we are now. We are 4-1, pretty good stats, and my placement match looked like it was going to be as bad as the one match where our 700 damage tank was trying to figure out what his left shift did. We couldn't even get the first point here on Junkertown, man. It was bad. We had our tank complaining that we all suck and that he's actually on his alt account because his master's account got banned, but for reasons I don't even understand, we somehow held the other team also from getting the first point. We somehow just stopped them and we won the game, and I ended up going 18-8. Not the best stat line, but honestly, we had such a bad first half, it's hard to have a good stat line in that sense, but I had the most damage in the game, and this brings me to my placement card. My placement card looks like this. I went 5-1 with my one loss being a complete and total blowout with a tank that didn't even know what his left click did, and then I had a stat line. It's a pretty respectable stat line. Am I going out here dropping nukes or anything like that? No, but that's a pretty solid stat line while also going 5-1 and being top damage in half my games, despite the fact that I was playing utility characters like Mei to block off their tank and their healers, and Symmetra to try to lock down choke points and things like that. But again, 5-1, and that one loss was clearly on our tank. I go from silver 5 to silver 4. I went up 1 place, and you have to go up 5 of them to even climb out of silver.
Bro, that's almost exactly what my stat line looks like, right? I would say, right? That's about right. You know what I'm saying? With the kills and with the deaths. Oh my goodness. The struggle is real. Bro did 5-1, went up just to silver 4. Let's see. We still got half the video left. Let's see what he goes on to say. So far I love this video. I'm so glad you made this video. Y'all, if y'all don't want to hear me ranting in the background and talking about it, please, link's going to be in the description. Go to this video, watch it. You know, this is obviously a big YouTuber, and I really appreciate him putting this out. You know, this is actually the first video I've ever seen of him. But anyway, let's continue.
Meanwhile, at higher ranks, again, dudes can go 5-11-1, they get placed in GM1. How does that possibly make any sense? Like, by my own stat line standards here, I'm going to have to go 25-5, a massive run. Nobody does that. 25-5 to go from silver to gold. Meanwhile, people can go double negative at higher ratings and still be able to climb. That does not make sense to me whatsoever. And I'm just saying, like, I'm not a great player. I'm not even sure I'm a plat quality player, but I do know that after almost 100 hours of ranked play in this season alone, I'm not a bronze 1 player, despite how much the game seems to want to make me one. Now, the solution to this is pretty simple. I feel like when players play well and when players win, they should rank up. But for some reason, the cesspool that is bronze and silver here in Overwatch 2 is just a never-ending pit of despair where no matter how good your stats are, no matter how much you win or how nice of a win streak you go on, you're likely to just be stuck here if you're playing on an older account. Which I'm just letting you know. I know how it works, man. We're going bronze 2 to bronze 1. There is not a snowball chance in hell that I'm going to somehow magically get the silver.
Yeah, I don't think you would either.
He didn't even move!
Go down, did you?
I went 5-2 with one of our losses being a guy that literally left the game and the game ended. I stayed bronze 2.
Oh my god.
How?
The only way to get out of this I've seen is you have to get some high gold ranked friends, play with them, and hope that you win, and hope that the weight of their matches MMR is enough to pull you out of the elo hell that is bronze and silver.
So you see, it's not that the people in gold or higher rank so now I get what he means by boosted. It's not that they're better in terms of skill, like you might think. It just means the weight of their matches are worth more. And this is actually a similar problem in PvP and WoW, and why I stopped completely playing PvP and WoW. Because in PvP for WoW, if you don't know, in arenas, right? You could have, let's say you're doing threes, for instance, right? 3v3. If one person on the team, let's say you're trying to get to 1400, which is like the first like milestone you want to hit, right? I mean, arguably maybe 1000, but like let's just use 1400 for the sake of the argument. Let's say I'm playing with a friend that's got 1400, right? And let's say another friend is like at 1000, but I'm at like 0. We're all the same skill level, right? We all play our classes very well, whatever, right? We know our class inside and out. Been playing them for years. Same skill level, right? We win the match. The person with 1400 is going to gain the least. They're not going to pick up like a lot, right? They're going to maybe get like 10, 11 points. The person with 1000 is going to get a little more. Maybe they get like 30 points, right? The person with 0, because they have nothing, or even let's say like 100 or 200, is gonna get like over 100 points. They're gonna see it the most, right? They're gonna get the most. And arguably, the person with 1400 is like, did I say they got anything? I don't think they got anything at all. Like they got 0. They didn't even move, right? And you can do that. You can have win after win after win after win till you get to the point where the person with 0 catches up almost closely, or in line with that second person with like 1000, and then you'll start losing matches. And all those wins that the person with 1400 got, despite playing with people just as skilled, he didn't play with people higher skill. He played with people that the game thought were of lower skill because they had a lower rating, right? But you were winning those matches. He's not gonna lose points when you start losing, even though he got all those wins. So yeah, you could say that it's a mechanism. It's a way to design like to prevent boosting for that lower level character. But no, it doesn't make any sense because he won those matches, and if he was playing with someone that was also 1400 and like 1100, like the game matched him up properly, then technically you had the same amount of skill on both teams, right? Does that make sense? Does it make sense? Some of y'all might disagree with me, but like this is literally why I quit playing that, because you spend, never mind the hours and hours you have to spend trying to find people to play with. Because like and then you have like just broken comps and everything like that. It's a whole nother thing. I fucking hate WoW PvP. It's so imbalanced, and I'll never play it again because its current state has been just shit for years. Whatever. You call a skill issue, I'll tell you to go fuck yourself, and that'll be the end of it. Yeah, it's just, and never mind the stuns and the CC and all that crap that just make it very unfun and virtually unplayable. And if you play rogue or mage, I hate you, seriously. Like, I hope your computer like burns and like just blows up, like seriously. But this is like by Blizzard's design, right? This is how they keep you playing, right? They just keep you stuck somewhere, and you're chasing that carrot on a stick, and it's not fair to people that are actually fucking skilled. And 90% or more of players are just gonna stop playing, and so you have like that retention rate is gone. It's a revolving door. You'll have new players come in, so they're just like whatever. So the players that leave, it doesn't affect them, right? It doesn't affect their bottom line. And so essentially we're all just cannon fodder. You know what I'm saying? We're just there for the people who think they're good, but really they were just right place, right time. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I've played with GMs, I've played with masters, I play with people that have like the master role challenger, the GM role challenger, and I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed in the slightest. In the slightest. I'm like, that's what you got? Like, you like, I've played people in bronze that had more skill than you. You know what I'm saying? And then they'll say some stupid shit like, oh, well, you know, it's not me that's the problem. It's that you're not healing me or you're not doing this. But I thought you were a GM. I thought you were a master. I thought you were a diamond. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. I know how to press buttons too. Like, no, you're one trick, right? Or you just, like I said, you got lucky. You got put up in matches with the right kind of people, and then you got placed, and that's it. You're just there. And yes, you were a player of equal skill to me, and you got to sit there in the higher ranks. While me, who's been playing this game since it came out, got stuck in the bottom. Stuck in the bottom. Like many others have.
Otherwise, you're just going to be stuck there as an average player with an old account. The only other solution is to make an entirely new account to play on, but most of us don't want to do that.
I got too many skins,
you have to have
bro.
a brand new cell phone number to even have a new account for Overwatch 2, but a lot of us have hundreds of hours invested into Overwatch 1 and Overwatch 2. We have all sorts of skins and cosmetics that we earned over the years, different events we completed, different battle passes we completed. We have gold weapons that we've earned from competitive play, and we don't want to lose all of that just to circumvent Blizzard's terrible ranking system.
Thank you.
A prime example of new accounts not having the broken MMR can be found on the leaderboards or even on your own friends list. For me personally, my friend Tate just started playing Overwatch with us, right? He never played the game before, but we were playing it a whole bunch over the last couple of months. He wanted to play with us, and so we helped him get his 50 unranked wins to unlock competitive play, and then he did his placement games with us, like me and my brother, who were just like stuck in this elo hell, right? He went 5-9 as a tank during his placement games, 5 wins, 9 losses, and after never playing the game before, he got placed gold 2, which is higher than I've been able to climb personally.
Get the fuck out of here. You know, perfect example, my son, right? He's 13. We have the same skill level, maybe slightly better aim than me, but our stats are always neck and neck. If you watch us play, they're almost always neck and neck. Kills, damage, and deaths. Just neck and neck, right? It doesn't matter if I'm tank or I'm damage or vice versa, whatever, or both DPS, the same, right? He's arguably a much better support than I am. I fell off over the years with support. I'm more DPS and tank these days. But he doesn't play even close to as much as I play. He plays maybe like a 1/7 of the amount of time I actually play. Dude got Platinum 5 yesterday. Like, doesn't play as much. Hit Platinum 5. He was already in Gold Platinum 5. Meanwhile, I'm down in Bronze 5, Silver, Bronze 1, Silver 5. It's crazy, bro. Crazy.
Here with Overwatch 2. He then one-tricked Soldier for his DPS placements, and he went 5 and 6. He comes from a shooter background, so Soldier kind of fit him. But 5 and 6, he got placed in Platinum. Now, I love Tate, very good buddy of mine.
Are you going to explain yourself, Blizzard? Or are you just going to keep BSing us? This is bullshit.
And he's not even a bad player. He's actually pretty good considering he doesn't know the game, but dude doesn't know the maps. He doesn't know what heroes do or their abilities. He had overall placement record of 10 and 15, yet he's high gold, low platinum according to this game's ranking system. I think that tells you all you need to know about the hidden MMR artificially weighing down people that have older accounts. You then look at the competitive leaderboards, and of the top 100 ranked players for damage right now, I checked this today, only 48 of the top 100 players have 100 or more games played this season. For context, I have like 300, right? This is because of how broken Blizzard's hidden MMR system is. I mean, new accounts are free from the insane restrictions that Blizzard has on people who play the game a lot on one account, and then thus, the new accounts are basically the only way to escape elo hell within Overwatch 2 ranked play. But despite all of this, I do love Overwatch. I find it really fun to play. I love the heroes. I love the lore. The game's even nostalgic for me. It's been out for quite a long time, right? I enjoy unlocking the gold guns, and I think the gameplay itself is really interesting and entertaining. It has me coming back to play it almost every single day, but the ranked matchmaking feels so incredibly bad, and I feel like I'm twice the player I was when I started playing ranked this season, but ultimately that doesn't matter because of these ranks. You get people throwing, you get smurfs, you get people that literally don't know how their characters work, and just, you can't have that in a ranked game, right? You need to go on 3 or 4 straight 5-0 placement cards to possibly climb out of bronze if you're not a top 500 player or someone who's an actual professional at the game or someone who's like a full-time content creator. You know, if you're just an average to above average player that's looking to climb, and the more time and effort, energy you expend into Overwatch 2, you try to get better, you want to see that rank climb as you improve as a player, it just doesn't happen. You stay at the exact same ranks basically no matter what if you have an old account, and that feels really bad. So if you're someone who is stuck like me, then I feel you. It's happening to probably the vast majority of players out there, because I think it could be very easily argued that the vast majority of players are in bronze or silver, right, as compared to platinum or higher. But if you're somebody who has not been affected by this, if your account was never really affected by this hidden MMR, I mean, you should really count your lucky stars, because it feels really bad for all the players that it does affect. But ladies and gentlemen, that is all for this video here today. This is something that's been on my mind for a while, and I wanted to do a video on it. I know non-COD stuff doesn't really do well here in the main channel, but it's not like COD's doing anything right now anyway. We gotta make videos somehow, and this is something I really wanted to talk about and discuss and get your guys' thoughts and feedback down there in the comments. So thank you all so much for listening, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.
Okay. That's why I've never heard of him, because he's primarily a COD channel. I don't play COD. I haven't played in years. I don't do Warzone. Like I said before in the middle of the video, Nero, thank you for making this video. Not trying to steal your thunder at all. This really like hits a soft spot in my heart. I'm very passionate about this game as well. Okay, I've been playing it for years, since its inception, since it came out, okay? I've been a Blizzard fan and been a Blizzard player of games for decades. I mean, since I was fucking 7 years old, okay? I played Diablo 1 all up the line, Warcraft 2, and on, you know, StarCraft and on all that stuff, you know what I'm saying? Active WoW player, all that. And this is, like you said, this is a great franchise. I'm telling you, like, this, fuck Battle Royale, all right? Fuck Battle Royale. Listen to me. Look at me, everyone. Battle Royale, yo, I love it, but damn if it doesn't have its laundry list of problems, okay? Apex, I love Apex. And for a lot of reasons you guys do. The movement, okay? The movement, the fluidity of the game. It's so much fun. You feel like you're at a fucking theme park. But the amount of cheaters and sweats, okay? And I don't even so much mind the sweats. I enjoy the challenge. It's the cheaters for me. And the broken MMR of that game. Man, it ruins it for me. You know, I'll get on now and it's like I have to like recondition myself for like a couple of days, right? I need like 8 to 16 hours just to get into the groove again before I'm like, and I've got more time on that game than Overwatch. You know, I played Overwatch a lot, but for some reason I only got like 1,500 hours on Overwatch, or 1,400. I don't know if it's going off of my hours played for just Overwatch 2 or if that's lifetime. I'm going to assume it's lifetime, right? But for Apex, I've got over 1,700 hours, right? Some of you maybe have more, but hey, I got other things going on in life too. You know what I'm saying? I got responsibilities. I got wife. I got kids, like a lot of you. But I feel like I play more than most people my age. And I play a lot more than, you know what I'm saying? Like, I play a ton of these games, all right? I fucking live at this desk most of my days. All right. And and I play to improve, to win. I study these games. All right. I try to get good just like all of you. And it's insane to me how stuck a lot of us are, right? And I just put myself in the position of someone that doesn't have that kind of time to play and to study and to become a student of the game, right? And that's most of your player base. And so they're left like saying F this, yo. This is a waste of my damn time. And I'd be lying if I don't say that at least once a day, that this is a waste of my damn time. But the games are so much fun. They are a lot of fun. Okay? And that's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna stop the video there. This video is dragged on. If you've made it this far, I appreciate it. Okay. But I'm just very passionate about this, okay? And as I'm sure some of you are too. And if you're not, that's fine. I don't care, okay? This video isn't for you. For those of you that care, that really enjoy Overwatch, that really like, put your blood, sweat, and tears into it. I know I'm being dramatic, but you put a lot into this game. You have that desire to rank up, to prove your skill, to prove your worth, and you just can't get out of it. And the solution is not to make a new account. That's BS. So please, Blizzard, do better. Fix it, because it can be better. That's all I've got. Follow me on my streams if you want to check me out. Come, find me on my streams. I mean, I'm streaming almost every day. If not, I'm putting out content. You know where to find me. That's all I've got.